Thank you, Ola, and thank you, Mike, for introducing HUPO. I'm not as professional as our previous speakers, and I am going to need some notes, so bear with me. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome. I know you've all been welcomed before, but I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to you all, and a special welcome to our guest of honor, Vice President Joe Biden, and the members of his family who've kindly joined us here. I'm conscious that many of you have come a long distance to be here, and we're delighted to have you as guests from all around the globe. I'm tempted to single out a few names, but I'm told that that's always really dangerous, so I'm going to live dangerously. I'd like to pay special thanks to Mr. E. Smith, the Charge d'Affaires for the USA, and to Simon Tu, the representative for Taiwan. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us in this spirit of global collaboration, because that's what this evening is about. It's global collaboration. So thanks to Mike and the Executive Committee of the Human Proteome Organization, for the last 2 years I've had the huge privilege of serving as the chair of the local organizing team for this HUPO 2017 Congress that begins tomorrow in the Convention Centre in the centre of Dublin. It's the 16th World Congress of the Human Proteome Organization. There are going to be 1,350 individuals, delegates attending, just under 200 talks, 750 posters for 3 days of science. And our objectives in organising the Congress were to provide an opportunity to consolidate and record the achievements in proteomics, to embrace forward-looking perspectives in the evolution of the field, and to try and engage new constituencies to create new scientific opportunities and business opportunities. So tonight is in part a celebration of the advances that we've made in the proteomics community, but also I think it provides us an opportunity for us to take stock and step back and re-evaluate that progress, and in so doing, hopefully, redouble our determination to accelerate the pace of cancer proteomics and the translation of those efforts to patient benefit. And so it's with a huge pleasure that I extend a very special and warm welcome to those cancer patients who have joined us this evening. Thank you. As I look around the room, I'm struck by the stark reality that in some way cancer will affect us all, and of course we're all patients. There is no them and us, and cancer certainly doesn't discriminate between us. It chooses not to. And like many of us, I've lost close family members to cancer. I vividly remember the day over 15 years ago that my uncle Walter told me he'd been diagnosed with prostate cancer. For over 14 years of those 15 years, he lived on active surveillance where his cancer was monitored. And he was remarkable, fit and healthy and positive. So fit, in fact, that he ran the lunchtime exercise classes at Volvo, where he was an accountant in Sweden. Last year, he developed metastatic disease. And a few months ago, I arranged to go to Sweden to see him. He was always so supportive and interested in our proteomics research, and some of that research has been done into prostate cancer. And so we both really looked forward to sharing another evening where we would talk late into the night about all sorts of things, but about proteomics. Unfortunately, he died a few days before I could arrive in Sweden. So I'm sure you can imagine that his wife was devastated, his 3 lovely daughters were heartbroken. But they were also somewhat relieved that I hadn't seen him in those last days, because in the last weeks of his life, he was not his former self. He'd been tormented by the pain that he'd endured. In one way or another, cancer affects us all. So I left that trip to Sweden more determined than ever to progress our proteomic research, some of which we're attempting to do through a very small company that we've started called Achuros. So the next 3 to 4 days of the HUPO Congress are going to provide an opportunity for the world leaders in proteomics, many of them assembled here tonight, to share their latest data and their findings. And through this research, I'm confident that one day we will find new and more effective biomarkers to help patients and their doctors make the really difficult decisions that they face, that we will find new and more effective treatments, and that ultimately we will cure the diverse cancers. I'm confident that we can and we will with your efforts. Thank you.